For seniors struggling with mental health or memory loss, art activities can have many benefits. Participating in art therapy and creating art gives seniors and caregivers an outlet for creativity, offers a fun way to express themselves, and even gives them the opportunity to socialize with others. Kimberly Newton is an artist, art instructor, and has a certificate in art therapy. Kimberly has led art classes for the Alzheimer's Association, Orlando Museum of Art, and also provides private workshops and classes for seniors with dementia and their caregivers. This is such a wonderful and fun program. You must have such a great time with the art therapy program. So tell us what's involved and maybe some of the examples of your classes.
Sure. Art therapy is fun, absolutely. In a nutshell, that's enough said. But outside of that also, there are so many cognitive benefits. You know, a lot of times with seniors, we talk about trying to help with isolation issues and getting people involved. So art is a great way to get together. You mentioned a previous experience when we were talking. You do not need any previous art experience or skills. A lot of people aren't confident in trying art because they look at masterpieces and they're like, I could never do that. But it's really not about creating that end game. It is really about the experience and living through the engagement of doing art in a group or even alone on your own. And there's many scientific studies that prove the cognitive aspect with art therapy, that it relieves stress. It's great for mental health and for your heart, for your whole overall well-being as well.
It really does. It gives that great feeling. It helps develop your motor skills and that socialization, and it's just plain fun.
It is just plain fun. And you mentioned motor skills. You know, as people decline fine motor skills, gross motor skills, depending on what level of engagement you have, it really does help. So even regularly as a therapy, physically using a paintbrush or drawing utensils, it can really help, you know, with your arthritis, with hands, with stiffness. And so these little issues that maybe you don't realize are going to be a benefit from doing art therapy are endless as well.
And as I mentioned earlier, it's not just maybe a person might have been diagnosed with dementia or something, or just a senior who's interested in, oh gosh, you know, I used to be kind of interested in painting or sculpture or any other discipline, and maybe I'll get back into it now. So not just those folks, but also caregivers are involved in some of your programs.
Oh, absolutely. We use it as a form of respite. And if you don't know what respite is, because I do a lot of ask about that question, about that topic, do you know what respite is? It's National Institute of Health actually defines respite as a short-term relief for caregivers, and so it's a rest, and it's a rest moment. So we do a lot of programs where the caregiver will have a casual conversation and a coffee while their person that they're caring for is in activity at Orlando Museum of Art. That's what we do. So we have a gallery tour where everyone is together, and then the caregiver goes for a time of coffee and conversation while we go to the studio and create art.
So if you're kind of interested in this, I mentioned lots of different possibilities, but you also will, you know, maybe go to an assisted living facility or other place to have art therapy classes?
Oh, definitely. I go out to senior living communities and we do art therapy, and we can gauge it for our audience. Some classes are more attentive, where the people are more engaged, and we can create sculptures and do what they would like to have. So if you have a request for a certain type of art. And then as well, we can go in and do a very soothing watercolor class, which is very inclusive. You do not have to have the art skills. You do not have to have a background in that. I have had students that are master artists. I even had an art historian once. So I really enjoy the opportunities to learn when I'm teaching also. But again, it's very inclusive. You don't have to have that experience. And if you're interested at all, I definitely encourage people, even on your own, you know, at the dollar store, pick up some colored pencils and a pad of paper and create and just relax and let yourself enjoy the moment.
And this, I think something that has really come to the fore are coloring books.
Oh, definitely.
And, you know, that is also, again, motor skills and just that artistic expression that, you know, sometimes folks really need to have that outlet.
Definitely. Coloring books are a great tool, and the surge of adult coloring books over the last decade has been amazing and very enjoyable. So the benefits, again, are mental health. It relaxes you, and mental health, as far as creating with your caregiver as well, is a great time to bond.
And we're emphasizing that word again, fun. It's
Fun.
it's socially fun, it's creative, you have that good feeling, and also the respite care for the caregiver.
Absolutely.
So thank you again. Oh gosh, great information. These art therapy classes sound like a lot of fun and a creative way for caregivers to decompress and eliminate some stress. Thank you for sharing this great information with us, Kimberly. I want to take an art class with you.